Hello and welcome back to some good old-fashioned moronic entertainment. I'm the O.M.G. and welcome back to more Everlasting Summer. If you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, there is a playlist in the link or in the description. A link to the playlist in the description to go check out all the episodes that are in the series. And there is also a link for just the last episode if you missed the last episode. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. It's free to do and it helps out a lot. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. And remember to leave a like. Watch to the very end because it helps out a lot. Let's begin. All right, so we got a checklist we got to do. So where should we go first? So we can't go to the dining hall yet because that's like the last thing that's not on the checklist. We're gonna go. Let's go to the library. Let's go meet a bookworm. I feel like bookworm should be the first on the list. Let's do this. Oh shit! I feel like we're gonna run into Lena again. Actually, I love reading, but spending my days in the library under the current circumstances was well beyond my scope. So I'd better hurry up with this checkpoint. As I stepped inside, a memory from my childhood emerged in my head. It was very vivid. I'm 7 or 8 years old. I'm at the library with my mother. While she's looking through the books I might need for my studies, I'm sitting in the corner and looking through their collection of comic books. Back then, I didn't know why they had so many or why couldn't I take some with me. The notion of collective property was something my mind hadn't grasped yet at that age. However, back then, the whole concept of property was pretty hazy to me. The memory seemed even stranger now while I was standing in this particular camp, where they might have managed to build communism in 3 years. Soviet symbolism was all over the place, and the shelves were full of related literature. Of course, I wasn't planning to read any of these. Getting acquainted with a full collection of books by Marx was the last thing on earth I would think of. Where's the librarian? I didn't spend much time looking for her. I looked closely. Oh, it's a new girl. Short hair, thick glasses, rather cute face. She was snoring so peacefully I couldn't just wake her up. I can wait if she doesn't wake up in a half an hour, maybe then. I couldn't just sit there. So I took a random book from the nearest bookshelf. Arthur Schopenhauer, The World as Will and Representation. I opened it roughly in the middle and started reading. All right, reading time. The life of man, with its endless upkeep, wants, and suffering, is to be regarded as the explanation and paraphrase of the procreative act, ergo, the absolute claim of the will to live, and furthermore, it is also the reason the man owes nature his death and thinks with anxiety of this debt. Is this not the evidence that our existence involves guilt? At any rate, we always exist from time to time, playing with. I'm gonna just read this in the way that I've been reading shit. What the main protagonist. From time to time, paying with death for our birth. We always exist and alternatively bear all the joy and sorrow of life, since neither of both can pass us without some effect. That is a result of our stated will to live. Russian. This attraction itself may be seen objectively as the mutual longing glance of two lovers. They are the purest expression of the will to live in its affirmation how gentle and tender it is. It wants happiness and quiet pleasure, and mild joys for itself and for others for all. Someone knocked on the door. I closed the book quickly and put it back in its place. What a nice habit, knocking on the door. I should pick it up. It was Lena. Ow. Hi. I smiled.
Hi, just wanted to return a book.
She had the copy of Gone with the Wind that I saw yesterday.
Oh, Xenia is sleeping. I'll come back later.
I'm awake.
I turned around in a surprise to look at her. She eyed me closely from behind her table.
What is it you wanted?
I need you to check here.
Give it here.
She quickly signed the paper and gave it back to me. She had this look on her face that made me want to keep quiet. Lena came up to her to return her book. I thanked Xenia and went out. Well, that was quick. Alright, you know what? We're just going to continue down the path. Infirmary! What's the point of visiting the infirmary? My health was fine, and the fresh local air clearly did me some good. I felt fresher than usual. But I just have to visit. I entered. A common infirmary like my school doctor's room. Hello, nurse! A middle-aged woman sat at the table. Obviously, she was a nurse. She gazed intently at me, assessing me while continuing to write something. Well, hello, pioneer, said the nurse, without being distracted from her work. Good afternoon, ma'am. I have something. Sit down, please. I looked around the room. On the couch. I sat down. Strip, she said all of it with an even tone. What for? To inspect, to escalate, to check on your health, you know. By the way, my name is Violetta, but you can call me Viola. She turned to me. What are you waiting for? Strip. But I have no health issues. I've got this. I neatly gave her the paper. Later. She took the brain just completely shut down for a second. She took the stethoscope off her neck, seeming like she intended to probe me with it. But then someone knocked at the door. The nurse answered unwillingly. Come in. In a moment, the door opened widely. The electronic rushed inside.
Hello, I fell during the football game. Nonsense, of course. I'm okay, but Olga...
There was a massive bruise under Electronic's eye. I doubt that this could be a football injury. Sit down. I'll have a look at it, she said to him. And you, pass me your checklist. The nurse quickly signed it and continued. If something hurts, come to me immediately, pioneer. I decided not to answer and went out, closing the door behind me. The nurse is surely something else. Yeah, you can say. Alright, we missed the kitchen dining hall. Damn it. 1 o'clock's passed. Alright, we're going to the clubhouse next. I went to the clubhouse. To tell the truth, I never really liked extracurricular activities. At school, I used to find any excuse to skip extra classes. At university, I had no interest in participating in the student council. I wasn't interested in boxing aero molding, or sewing. So I came here just to check off the box. Nobody was here. I found myself in something like a hut of a junior robot enthusiast. There were wires and simple printed circuits scattered everywhere. Chips on the table proudly stood. What was that word? Escalograph. I heard a voice from another room, and then two pioneers appeared. One was electronic, and the other one I didn't know.
Hi, Simone. We've been expecting you.
It seems he knows everything about everyone. Why were you expecting me?
Well, of course, because you came to sign up to our cybernetics club, didn't you?
He didn't let me answer.
And this is, Sharuk. He's in charge here. I feel like this is the voice that I'm going to use for electronic from now on, because I feel like the other one was a little too, not good.
I assume there was only 2 of you in the club.
Well, you can say that. It's 3 now.
Sharuk came up to me and assertively offered his hand. His face was somewhat familiar.
Welcome to the club.
Yep.
Now, I'll show you around. Make yourself at home.
Guys, I just wanted to...
We're always welcoming new members.
He said in such a way that the anthem of the Soviet Union suddenly started playing in my head. It's amazing. I even remembered the words. In the first grade, I had a textbook with the lyrics in the back. No, I just wanted you to sign my checklist.
Yep, you sign up to the club, we'll sign your checklist.
He grinned. I was getting ready for a long and boring argument, but then I heard someone enter. I looked back and saw Slavia. Ah, Simone. I hope they're not giving you any trouble. She narrowed her eyes, looking at the future of the motherland robotics industry. I know these 2, they can, Well, actually, I just need to get my checklist signed. I decided to take advantage of the situation. No problem. Give it to me. Slavia took the paper and marched up to Sharuk. Sign it. Hold on! We're not done yet! You're done. Sign it now. She gave Sharuk such a threatening look that it made him lose every possible objection. He wrote some squiggles on the checklist. I thanked Slavia, and then I moved on in a mellow mood. God, we are just fucking blowing through this shit. The music club, a small one-level building, was located some distance from the other camp buildings. I opened the door and I entered without hesitation. There were enough instruments for a whole orchestra here. Drums, guitar, even a piano. I spent some time looking closely at every instrument, wanting to guess the time period they were from. But suddenly I heard a crawling sound coming from underneath the piano.
Okay, fan service shot. Oh my god. Thanks, game.
A girl. Seems like she was looking for something. She was standing on all fours in such a suggestive pose that I hesitated to speak at first. Excuse me?
Who's there?
She tried to stand up, but the bottom of the piano prevented her from doing so.
Ouch.
She struggled out. Sorry, I scared you.
It's nothing. Oh, you got a checklist. You must be new here.
Ah, yes.
My name is Miku. No, really, I'm serious. Nobody believes me, but it's my real name. My mother is Japanese. My dad met her when he was building. Well, it wasn't him who was building. He's an engineer. And he was working on a nuclear power plant there. Or a dam. Or a bridge. Whatever. She was talking so fast she swallowed half the words she tried to pronounce. I'm Simone. Great! Want to be in our club? It's only me here now, but it will be 2 of us then. Then do you play anything?
When I become antisocial, I bought a guitar and learned a few chords. But then I forgot about it, since I quit everything that required more than a couple hours to learn. You know, I wasn't planning to do anything like that, really. Oh, it's okay. I'll teach you. Maybe a trumpet, for example. How about a violin? I know it all, honestly. There was no point in arguing with an orchestra girl, since there was only another cascade of words waiting to blast at me. God damn it. Hey, I'll think about it. Can you just sign it for now? Yes, sure, give it to me. Be sure to come around. I sing too. I'll sing you some Japanese folk songs, or maybe if you're not into that, something more contemporary. Sure. Fuck. Thanks, gotta go now. Of course. Come anytime. The end of her sentence stayed inside. It might be nice to hang around with a guitar in the evening, but in such company. I turned to leave and came face to face with Alyssa. She eyed me suspiciously. Why did you come? The checklist. Got it signed? Yes. Then move it. Alyssa went inside and I hurried to leave the place. Fuck. My brain is too many words. Finally, I got all the signatures. Now I had to go back to Olga and give it to her. She was sitting in front of her cabin reading a book. Doesn't look like a good role model for the perfect pioneer that she was planning to turn me into. I wonder if her responsibilities extend beyond giving fiery speeches at the lineup, scolding Juliana, and getting involved into my moral, physical, and ideological growth. Here, I offered her my checklist. She placed it in her pocket without even looking at the signatures. Great. I could have signed it myself without going anywhere.
Perfect. So did you meet our nurse?
Yes. For some reason, her question sent shivers down my spine.
Which club have you signed up for?
I didn't. I need to think first.
That's a pity. It's vital for you to sign in somewhere tomorrow.
Of course, sure.
Right. It's time to go to dinner.
About time. I was getting hungry. I headed to the canteen together with Olga. I looked at the sky and noticed that that sun was already setting. On the porch stood Alyssa and Electronic, Uliana and Slovenia. As we came up, I heard what they were talking about.
And never call me Devache again, or you'll get another one. I didn't call you that. You're hearing things. He did. I heard it all. You weren't even there. I was in the bushes.
Come on, you guys, stop it. So it wasn't a football injury Electronic suffered earlier today. The nurse did a good job. I couldn't even see his black eye. Olga came up to them and asked about the ruckus.
What happened?
Alyssa and Cheskov.
I didn't do anything.
She shrugged with an She shrugged with antipathy. And went inside. Right, dinner time. I entered last. There wasn't too many free seats. There were few free chairs near Alyssa across the canteen, but I'd sooner starve for a week or two than risk my head near her. There was also a seat near Uliana, but I'm not into traditional Chinese whatever crawls cuisine. Finally, a free chair near Miku. Looks like I have to pick my poison. You mind if I sit here?
Oh, you? Sure. I mean, no, I don't mind. I mean, yes, you can sit here.
I sat down.
Look, it's buckwheat today. It's buckwheat today. Do you like buckwheat and chicken? I don't like chicken. Well, not that I don't like it, but if you ask me, what would I prefer to say? Stroganoff, beef, or ragu? No, maybe just a hamburger or a rump steak. Do you like rump steak?
I'm not that picky about my food, and that's the simple truth.
Oh, is that so? But the dessert, they aren't really good here. I like ice cream. Do you like ice cream? I just love 48 kopecks and Oh, sorry. I keep talking about myself. Oh, these Russian words.
48 kopecks and Linger Disco ice cream brands popular in late Soviet Union.
Maybe you like Eskimo butter better.
Dinner was starting to get on my nerves, thanks to such company. And I'm not the kind of person that can ignore someone who's talking to me, even her. We're at the same table after all.
I once bought a waffle cone and started eating, and then, I found a screw there. A real screw. Can you imagine that? Or was it a bowl? I don't really know. Screws are those that you tighten with screwdrivers, and bolts are those that you turn with a wrench, right? Yes?
If there was a speed eating contest going on, I would probably be in the top 3 winners by now. Right, I'll be going. Enjoy your meal. I got up and headed outside. Miku was saying something, but her words were drowned by the crowd of loudly dining pioneers. I went out and sat on the stairs, waiting for my dinner to settle down a bit. I just sat there and watched night falling. Everything so lively here during the day, kids laughing and yelling happily, fooling and running around, constant chatter, games going on and swimming at the beach. But after dark, the camp changes entirely. The sound of the day were swapped for silence, only now and then broken by crickets chirping or a night bird. The camp was going to sleep. In every shadow you could see things, maybe a ghost, or a spirit of the forest, or a wild animal. A human being would be the last thing to expect. That is how it looked last night, and now the locals followed their route very strictly. In the day, the camp was theirs. In the night, it belonged more to the forces of nature than to humans. Someone touched my shoulder. I looked back. It was electronic.
Let's go play cards.
Cards?
Yep. I invented a new game. A good one.
Good? Like how?
Well, first we got to find the cards, then I'll tell you.
Then go find them. What's the problem?
Only Olga has them, and she won't give them to me.
Why so?
Well, the last time when we,
Olga and Slavia come out onto the porch.
Olga, Simone just wanted to ask you about the possibility of getting playing cards.
Actually,
For what purpose? We invented a new game.
not we, you did.
What game? I need the cards to show you. I don't like this. Well, Simone is with you, then perhaps it's okay.
To be really honest,
Well, go fetch them together, Olga.
if you don't mind.
Sure, let's go.
We headed towards my cabin. Roughly halfway there, Slavia stopped.
Hey, I just remembered. The cards are in my cabin.
Good timing. And where's that?
It's just down the road. Let's go.
We reached a cabin that, in fact, looked more like a trailer.
Well, to me, it looks like all the other cabins, because I feel like you just faded to black and then showed the same screen, but you know, that's just, that could be just me.
Just wait here a minute. I'll be back.
It took her just a few seconds to come back.
There.
She showed me a deck of pretty worn-out cards. These must be marked in and out.
That's unsportsmanlike. What happened to fair play?
Tell me about it. It's hard to cheat when you don't know the rules.
Shall we go?
Let's go. On our way back, I decided to try to find out about something. How long have you been here?
In the camp? About a week.
I see. And where did you come from?
I'm from the north.
That is...
The cold north.
She looked at me and smiled. Looks like nobody in this camp is inclined to answer even the most innocent of questions. I tried to approach from another angle. And what do you like?
What do you mean?
Well, your hobbies.
Oh, I like nature.
Strange. She's not very talkative today for some reason. Nature? I see. Want to become a natural historian?
More like a normal historian. I was always interested in our nation's history.
That would suit her well indeed. It appeared that among all of the locals, she was the only one who had nothing to hide. What if she came here just like me and simply could not trust anyone enough to tell? I tried testing the waters. And why did you choose this camp?
I didn't. My parents got a voucher for me from their work.
Another failure. Well, if you could choose.
It's nice here. I don't think I would choose some other place if I could. Here it's like you are becoming another person.
That wasn't how I saw it. What do you mean, another person?
It's just that there's so many possibilities. You can learn so much, meet so many new, interesting people here.
Now she's starting to sound like our chief, which raised a red flag for me. I decided to stop with the questions for now. When we came back, Olga told Slavia.
I just remembered that the cards were at your place.
It's okay, we got it.
Good.
Slavia and Olga went inside. I was going to follow, but someone grabbed my hand. Alyssa. Her gaze sent a shiver down my spine. Not a nice one. You want something? I asked carefully.
You're gonna play this stupid game?
Yes? Something wrong with that?
Nope, nothing.
She was turning to leave, but then slowly looked back and smiled.
So, you play cards?
A little. I couldn't figure out what she wanted.
So only Durek, and that's it?
Durek card game popular in USSR, similar to President. As if you're a poker star. Well, yes, technically.
Then you don't have a chance.
Why?
Because.
So you know the rules.
Of course.
Well, then you'll have the upper hand. I couldn't see why would we go on talking mentioned towards the door.
Why do you keep trying to leave?
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
Let's make a bet.
What do you mean?
You're such a slowpoke. The cards, what else?
And what do you want to bet on?
That I'll win.
That's quite a possible outcome. I agreed calmly.
So are you afraid?
No, I'm not. God damn it. I'm not big on bets when I don't like my chances.
And you're not big on taking risks too.
Such an astute observation. I'm impressed. Right then,
No, you're not.
Now what? I sighed in exhaustion. She was starting to annoy me with her rubbish talk about some pointless bet.
If you won't bet with me, I'll tell everyone that you tried to seduce me.
What?
You heard me.
I could imagine her doing this. Don't be stupid. Who's gonna believe you? I've been here less than 2 days. Besides,
Wanna try your luck?
right. And what will happen if I win?
I won't tell anyone anything.
And if I lose?
Slowpoke mode again. I'll tell everyone you tried to seduce me. I told you already.
So you're telling me now that I have to work to prove that I didn't do something when I didn't actually do it?
If that's how you want to look at it.
Not a simple decision. On the one hand, it was stupid to agree. I didn't know the rules and gambling wasn't my thing. On the other hand, she could really make my life hell. Then again, can I even trust her? She could do it even if I win.
So, have you made your decision?
I was going to answer, but suddenly Lena came around from behind. And with the appearance of Lena, that is the end of this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed another episode of Everlasting Summer. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and thank you for watching to the very end. It helps out a lot. Go check out another video on the channel. See you guys next time. Bye-bye!